What's up, family? Gerald the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Let the King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, The Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to the Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.
What's up, good people? Bet Online is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. Bet Online continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, B-L-E-A-V, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
Yes, BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV, covering content and hot topics from A to Z, sports, music, society and culture, movie reviews, you name it, we have it. Check it out on bs3network.com or check us out on Roku, BS3 TV on Roku, as well as check out your favorite podcast on all podcast platforms or Spreaker.com/BS3 Network.
You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
Back on the Bossman Show, in front of the show, MTSU Blue Raiders head coach, Coach Rick Stockstill, a legend in Middle Tennessee, on the show with us. Coach, how you doing, man?
I'm good, brother. How are you, my man?
Coach, I'm doing lovely, loving this fall weather, man. It's cooling down for us, man, so I'm enjoying life, man.
That's awesome.
Coach Stock, let me ask you, man, I asked you off there, man, you this week you played Murray State, a regional rival, got that win, after those two tough games in the SEC, but you showed your guys showed some heart, some toughness this week. And talk about this win, Coach.
Yeah, it was a good win. Like I said, we opened up with Alabama, and they are who they are, and they got us pretty good. The next week we go out to Missouri, and we really played really, really hard, and played better and had a chance. Just came up, 4 points short. So, but I was proud of our effort, our team, how we played. And then this week, with Murray State, we jumped out to a 21-0 lead. And then I felt like we kind of lost our edge a little bit. That's the first time this year we've been in the lead. And I don't think we handled it, the right way. So that's a learning experience for us that hopefully we can continue to get some leads here going forward. But, I was proud of our team. We didn't play great. We did a lot of good things. We improved in a lot of areas. But we also, left it. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that we've got to get better and improve on moving forward. So that's our mission, our plan, our objective this week is to improve on those mistakes that we made Saturday.
Coach Stock, I feel like, I know it's not the results you wanted first weeks of the year, but testing yourselves against the SEC and showing your young men that we can compete with these guys. I know Alabama, but Missouri, you really compete against those guys. You and I both know, so some plays here or there could be a different result. But the fact is, your guys stood in tough and competed with those guys for 4 quarters. Could have won that game against a SEC school, which is one of the top conferences in FBS.
Yeah, I like I said, you go on the road out there and play them. And, obviously they're a good team. They beat, Kansas State last week, and who was ranked 14th or 15th in the country. So, we hung in there with them. And when you play those SEC guys, they just have so much more depth, than what that we have, group of 5 schools have. And, so ultimately, they got us. They played better than us, and, they got a 4-point win, 5-point win. And, but like I said, I was proud of our team. The frustrating part of those first 2 games is we went into Murray State, 7 starters down. We lost 7 starters those first 2 games because of injuries. And that's the frustrating part, of playing, an SEC team, especially back to back. And, they gave us a bunch of money. We got some money out of it, but ultimately, then you start getting into your conference play, and you're not the same team that you started the season out with. So a lot of guys have got to stepped up Saturday against Murray, and we're going to have to do the same thing this week against a really good Colorado State team.
Coach Stock, I do feel like these first 3 games showed me the fruits of your off-season work. I feel like it shows you already worked hard this off-season, spring and summertime and fall camp. I saw that your guys were ready to play. I saw your guys were in tune. I know not the way you want to be quite yet, but I saw things from my experience of playing and you coaching as well. That's all. You guys really prepared hard this offseason. I can tell it in how you guys are playing.
Yeah, boss. We had, when we got back from the Hawaii Bowl, when school started back in January after that, we had a really, really good winter workout program. Spring practice went well. This summer, their summer workouts, no complaints there. And then we had a good August. So I really like where we're at. I wish we had, those guys, that we started the season with. I wish they weren't out with the injuries, but that's the nature of the beast in this game of football. So, but our guys have got a wonderful attitude. They work extremely hard. They want to be great. They work, and I'm really proud of them. And we're a blue collar team. We don't have a bunch of 5, 4 stars running around, all that stuff. And we got to, it's coach speak, whatever, but that chip on your shoulder that every day we go out with something to prove, whether it's in practice, tomorrow or, the game this Saturday. So it's a great opportunity for these guys to prove that they're really good football players and we're a really good team.
And Coach, talk about Nicholas. I feel like he has really grown at quarterback. He's gotten better each year he's been in your program. I know he didn't play as much last year, but he's definitely getting better. He's making his reads better. I've seen him go through progressions. I watch you guys talk about his improvement, development, how happy you are with his play.
Yeah, that's a great observation on your part. I think probably he's improved as a quarterback physically, but I think his biggest jump has been his improvement with all the intangibles. He's a really smart, cerebral kid, but his toughness, his leadership, his mental toughness, I think those are the areas where he's improved the most. And that's what you would want in a young kid. He came in, we were going to redshirt him his freshman year, and because of injuries, he had to play the last 5 games. And then last year we tried to get his redshirt year back. He played in a game and a half. And so now it's his team. And I'm really proud of Nick. I'm proud of how hard he's worked and the improvement that he's made, not only physically, but from the mental aspect and, from all the intangibles that you want in a quarterback, from a leadership standpoint and a toughness standpoint.
No doubt. I can tell the guys really into him. He's commanding that huddle as well. And the game is slowing down for him. It's not like that deer in the headlights look anymore. He's actually confident in what he's doing. He has a plan. He's reading his freestyle reads the right way. And I'm just watching. I'm like, this kid is really growing, and I'm proud of it.
Yeah, he's done a great job from that aspect, and like I said before, we went to Alabama the first game. Yeah, that's his first opening day start, but he's played in 5 or 6 games, and he didn't play like it was his first time out there. He was in really good control, good command, like you said, of the offense. The moment wasn't too big for him. He didn't get 100,000 people booing him. That didn't affect him. So I'm really proud of Nick. And like I said, you go on the road your first 2 games in the SEC, and then so that hardens you a little bit, so to speak. And he's just a tough kid, mentally and physically.
And Coach Stock, I love him spreading the ball around too. He's not just locked in on one guy. He has running backs, tight ends, receivers. He's not just going to a few guys. So about him spreading the ball around, how that's going to give you guys even more options and more threats as you go into conference play.
Yeah, it's probably twofold, boss. One, we're playing a lot of people. We've got I feel like we've got some really, really good receivers, a lot of depth there. So we're playing a lot of people, and so therefore more people have an opportunity to touch the ball. But the other part of that is Nick has such a great understanding of our offense, and he's reading and seeing the defense very clearly right now, and that's enabling him to get the ball, to the right guy or the open guy. So I think part of it is, I think the first game against Alabama, 11 people had catches. Missouri had 10 people, and then this past week with Murray State is either 11 or 12 people, caught balls. So we're playing a lot of people, but Nick is really doing a good job being a point guard, so to speak, of the offense in distributing the ball.
And Coach Stock, you have some good backs too, man. I like what you got in the backfield too to get that change of pace as well. And you got a long run this past week. And I feel like you got some guys, some dollars back there in the backfield with Nick as well.
Yeah, you're right. I feel as good about our running back situation, this year as I have in a long time. And, Frank Pizon, our starter, he was out this week, with an injury. And, Flip, I call him Flip, Jaden Crowder, everybody calls him Flip, is really, really a good back. He had a 71-yard touchdown run, and then he's got really good hands out of the backfield. He's involved in a lot of the passing game. So, and, he caught a touchdown pass also. And then little Jay Mitt, a true freshman, in here has really done some really good things. So I feel good about our backs. They're really good without the ball in their hands. They carry out their fakes. They're good in pass protection. And then obviously they're good with the ball in their hands. So I like where we're at from a running back standpoint.
And Coach Stock, defensively, I'm loving watching Sam Broomfield and Trey Forellen out there, coach, on the defensive side, their activity. I'm loving what they're doing. How about those two young men? Those guys really popped out to me on film when I watched what you guys were doing, watching the game back. So how about those two young men, Coach?
Yeah, you got good vision, my man, because they do stand out. And Sam was defensive Conference USA Defensive Player of the Week this week, and he started the season as a backup, and our starter got hurt at the Alabama game, so he started the last 2 games, and it's just been special. He plays fast, he plays physical, he's a really smart football player. He studies, he works, he's a good tackler. Very humble young man. I can't say enough good things about Sam. It just he's a pleasure to coach and watch him play, and plays the game the way it's supposed to be played. So he's off to a really good start here the first couple games of the year. And then, Trey's done a nice job on the back end. He's kind of your quarterback, on the defensive end back there, and has been very solid. He's a really good player. He's a good athlete, and he'll continue to make plays for us back there. So really pleased with both he and Trey. salmon trade.
And Coach Doc, Colorado State's coming off a tough loss, 2 overtime. So do you try to feed the tempo a little bit, knowing they got to come across the country, they come off a tough loss, a longer game? They try to speed up a little bit this week, kind of wear them out, so you second half can really lean on them some more and really open this thing up a little bit.
Well, the first thing is they're a really talented team. They brought in a ton of transfers, and they've got some really, really dynamic players, especially at the skill positions. And then their defensive end, number 8s, were very, very good. He gave us fits last year when we played him. So, and number 14, the wide receiver, caught a ton of balls against Colorado, and he caught 3 touchdown passes against us in the second half last year. So they got some really, really special players. And, they're going to be hungry to get a win. So we know we're going to get a great effort from them. They're going to want to get us because we got them last year. So this is all the makings of a good football game. And, it's, I know they're disappointed, in losing that game. It's always a heartbreaking, tough loss when you lose an overtime game, because you feel like you had a chance, and they did have a chance. And but you got to give Colorado credit for coming back. But we're going to be us. We're going to do what we do, and not try to do something that we're not, just to try to, get with, them coming across the country. We're going to play our game, and hopefully, we play it better than what we played last week. And we put all 3 phases together where we play our best game of the year.
And Coach Doc, let me ask you this, Coach Doc, seeing how Conference USA has changed over your time in Conference USA, how good is to see the improvement of the league has kind of refound itself again with new members? And outside of you for this new league, man, with Sam Houston and Mexico State and all those guys, and Kennesaw State coming next year from down my way. So about that, Coach Doc?
It's different, boss. It's and I haven't seen, we haven't really got into conference play yet, so I haven't seen teams yet. I saw the UTEP Jacksonville State game, the first game of the year, and maybe La Tech and FIU. So I haven't seen a whole lot, of games this year of the new teams. So I don't know, but I know the ones the schools that are coming in are very competitive. They've got a history, a tradition, a track record of being very successful, whether it be at the FCS level or at other conferences that they've been in. We played Liberty a couple years ago, and I know how good they are because I've seen out there, and I've seen their facilities, and they got Power 5 facilities, and they got a really good team. So it's going to be a very competitive conference, and once we get into it next week after this week, and I'm sure everybody else is battling that same schedule. So it's going to be very competitive. It's going to be different this year because there's no East or West, North or South. It's just the top 2 teams are going to play for the championship. So it's going to be a little bit different from that standpoint, but I'm looking forward to creating new rivalries and playing these new teams.
And Coach Doc, I know you all recruit Georgia already a lot. I want to talk about that as well, but Kennesaw State coming into the conference and Murfreesboro being 3 hours from it, the Atlanta area, how important is it going to be to even tap into Georgia even more now with them and the Conference USA coming in and keep getting this quality young men out of Georgia to come play for you all?
Yeah, well, I should say this, that whether Kennesaw State was coming in or not, we're still going to recruit Georgia. I love Georgia players. I love recruiting at that state. So we're going to do that. But now when you have Kennesaw State coming in, you can tell a kid from Atlanta or Georgia that, hey, every other year you're going to be playing in front of your hometown, if you're from Atlanta, playing Kennesaw State. So kind of like when Florida International, Florida Atlantic, you recruit those Florida kids, you could tell them every year, you're going to play in the state of Florida. now that Florida Atlantic's left, it's every other year. But it's going to be exciting when Kennesaw State comes in, and it'll just give us another, something that we can sell and talk to recruits about being able to play against, somebody in your home state.
And Coach Stock, I will see you on next Thursday at Western Kentucky. I'll be at the game, man. So
awesome, man. That's awesome.
So I will see you because I have to go to Indianapolis to cover the Colts on October the 1st. So I'm going to come through there first. So I'll be there to see this 100-mile battle for the first time ever in my career. So looking forward to seeing what this is all about. Next Thursday,
that's
man.
awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. You'll have a great experience, a great time. It's a great rivalry, and be a lot of fun. They got a really good team and everything. So, but I'm glad you're going to be able to get up there.
Yes, sir. I'm going to come to the locker room and see you, Coach. Win or lose, I'm going to come see you, Coach. I love having you on the show, man.
Come on, man. You're always welcome. You know how I feel about you.
Thanks, Coach. Same here, brother. Hey, I'll see you this week. Coach, you be said, get this win this weekend, Coach, and I'll see you then, man.
Sounds good, my man. Have a good night, babe.
I see you, Coach.
All right, bud. See you, man.
All right.
BS3 Network. Changing the way you watch TV.
Yes, BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV, covering content and hot topics from A to Z. Sports, music, society and culture, movie reviews. You name it, we have it. Check it out on bs3network.com or check us out on Roku, BS3 TV on Roku, as well as check out your favorite podcasts on all podcast platforms or Spreaker.com/BS3 Network.
You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
What's up, good people? Bet Online is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. Bet Online continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts. What's up, family? Jared the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Check The King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, The Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to The Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.